Hi friends. Uh, well, this is my third lecture. Last class we had a discussion on how to prepare trading account, and also we have seen the format of profit and loss account. In today's class, we'll be working out the problems of trading and P&L account. The emphasis is without adjustments. Okay, so you should be feel comfortable by looking at the format. I think by looking at the ledger balances where it goes, I think one or two problems if you work out it would be easy. uh, and I think last class the third problem, maybe if anybody is having the doubt on the treatment of cost of goods sold. If you remember the last problem, I don't remember the value, but last problem we got information of cost of goods sold. So to explain the doubt, this is the explanation to the doubt. If anybody is having the doubt, if anybody is having the doubt on this, cost of goods sold. So let me give you a small example. Say opening stock 10,000, purchases 90,000, closing stock 20,000. Then cost of goods sold will become how much? 10 plus 90, 1 lakh minus 20, 80,000. Let us say the sales is 1 lakh 20,000. Now they are asking you to prepare trading account. The doubt, generally the doubt is that when in the problem, suppose here I am writing the problem information is given like this: opening stock 10,000, purchases 90,000, cost of goods sold, COGS is cost of goods sold 80,000, closing stock 20,000. Now when you are supposed to prepare trading account here like this, so trading account what you do, you will be taking cost of goods sold only. How much? 80,000. And closing stock, how much you take? Closing stock will not be taken. I'll tell you the reason. You'll be taking only sales. Sorry, sales also. Sales say 1 lakh 20,000. Sales 1 lakh 20,000. Okay, 1 lakh 20,000 minus cost of goods sold. Profit is how much? 40,000. I told you when cost of goods sold is given, which will not be taken, even if opening stock is given, that is not to be taken. Purchase is given, that is not to be taken. Closing stock is not to be taken because opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock is equal to cost of goods. Suppose, no sir, I want to take, then don't take cost of goods. Simple logic. I'll tell you here. Trading account I open. Okay. Opening stock 10. Purchases 90. Then sales 120. Closing stock 20. Then don't take which one? Cost of goods. Since cost of goods sold is given, which is not to be taken opening stock plus purchases plus closing stock. Suppose if cost of goods sold is not given, then which is to be taken? Opening stock plus purchases, closing stock and sales. Is this clear? Now you see the answer. 1,20,000 plus 20, 140. 1,40,000 minus 1,40,000. You got the same gross profit, no? Either you take cost of goods sold or you take opening stock, purchases, closing stock. Answer is same, am I right? How, sir? Simple logic. Opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock is equal to cost of goods sold. That's it. If you take cost of goods sold, which is not required to be taken, opening stock is not required to be taken, purchases is not required to be taken, closing stock is not required to be taken. The difference between sales minus cost of goods sold is your profit. Generally, when cost of goods sold is given, which is to be ignored, opening stock is to be ignored, purchase is to be ignored. Now, how to remember in the examination, sir? In the examination, generally, when opening stock is generally cost of goods sold is given, they won't be giving you the information of opening stock. They won't be giving you the information of purchases. They will be giving information of cost of goods sold and closing stock and sales. Then in such case, closing stock is to be taken to trading account. Trading closing stock is to be taken to balance sheet. Cost of goods and sales is to be taken to trading account. Got the clarity? So when cost of goods sold is given, don't take trading closing stock to trading account. The reason is already closing stock has been deducted. Like here I have told you, opening stock 10 plus purchases 90 minus closing stock is nothing but cost of goods sold. So got the clarity all of you? If anybody is having the doubt, repeat once again. Cost of goods sold is also being called as adjusted purchases. Cost of goods sold is also being called as adjusted purchases. When cost of goods sold is given or adjusted purchases given, closing stock will not be taken to trading account. It will be directly taken to balance sheet. If somebody is going to ask you a question, you always should prepare yourself as if somebody is going to ask you a question. If somebody is going to ask you a question, you should say that why we are not taking closing stock, because closing stock has already been deducted from opening stock plus purchases. Then you are going to get which one? Cost of goods sold, or it is also called as adjusted purchases. Is this clear? The doubt that has been raised, I think, is being clarified. This I have written there. So please see each and every line, whatever I am explaining. Watch out that, right? You can see twice or thrice on the points which are having, or put a pass button, press a pass button. Then you can watch, you can see whatever has been displayed on the screen, right, my dear friends? So shall I go for the problems today? So and now today's class, I am going to work out the problems from Charms material. Okay, I told you Charms material. You also got the problems from Charms material from CA Foundation Study Material also. So I think the advantage is that these problems I am working out here like classroom, virtual classroom discussion. Okay, so that I'll be taking up now. Okay, let me erase this, then we start doing it. Huh? Okay, now let us see. Question number 1. Okay, Question number 1. Is this clear? Right, closing the question number 1. Opening inventory is asking you, from the above information, prepare trading account of Messrs. ABC Traders for the year ended 31st March 17. Necessary closing entries in the general proffer of Messrs. ABC Traders. You might have learned general proper. What are the entries you write? In general proper, recollect in subsidy books you might have written. General proper. In general proper, what are the entries? What are the entries you should write? Opening entry, closing entry, transfer entry, adjustment entry, rectification. I think these are the entries you write. Opening entry, closing entry, transfer entry, adjustment entry, and rectification entry. Okay. So that is what is being asking. They are asking you about opening entry, closing entry, transfer entry, adjustment entry, and rectification entry. Okay. So let us see now. Is asking you the entries. Entries we can write later on. Opening entry, opening inventory. Sorry, where it goes? Trading account, debit side. Purchases, trading account, debit side. Carriage inwards, trading account, debit side. Wages, trading account, debit side. Sales, trading account, credit side. Return inward, deduct from sales. Return outward means purchase returns, deduct from purchases. Closing inventory, where it goes? Trading account, credit side. Because we don't have information of cost of goods sold. Okay, so we start doing this first problem here. Okay, so let us see. So first we will be writing. Okay, let me start with general entries. First, general proper. I told you what are the entries we are having, the items here. Opening inventory will be transferred to trading account debit side. Purchase will be transferred to debit side. Carriage inwards will be transferred. Wages will be transferred. Sales will be created. And closing inventory will be taken to trading account. So here I am writing the entry. Okay, first entry. Trading account debtor. Trading account debtor to opening inventory. Trading account debtor to opening inventory. Opening inventory is how much? 1 lakh rupees. Next, trading account debtor to opening inventory. Then we are having the purchases. As far as purchases are concerned, we shall write the net purchases. Is this clear? So purchases here, whatever we are transferring to purchases to trading account is net purchases, or we can adjust later on from purchases. Purchases 6 lakhs. Normally, I told you last class. What is the entry for purchase returns? Purchase returns account data to purchases. Is this clear? So here I am writing the entry. The purchases will put a star mark here. After deducting purchase returns, we transfer to purchases for writing the closing entry. 6,72,000 is purchases minus return outward is how much? 72,000. So it is coming to how much? 6 lakhs. That is net purchases we are transferring. Then next, after purchases, we debit in the order carriage inward. Carriage inward. What is carriage inward? 30,000. Okay. Carriage inward is 30,000. Then look at the wages part. I think whenever you are doing the problem on screen, why I have pasted that problem is that for me to explain. Whenever you are looking at the solution for Sham's problem, all of you, uh, if it is possible, if the book is readily available with you, take the book. And also, if you want to copy down simultaneously, you can also take a notebook. I think these things I need not tell you. Always you should have with you CHAMP study material, ICS study material. If you are having ICS study material, if ICS study material is not there with you, don't worry about it. But compulsory you should have CHAMP's material with you, followed by one notes, calculator, pen. This is must. Okay. This is since it's a small problem, no need for you to work out because the problem I'm writing when I'm writing the problem, I'm doing the problem on the screen. I think if you want, you can see later on. But simultaneously, if you want to copy down, you also can copy down. To carriage inward 30,000, then to wages. What is wages here? 50,000. Wages 50,000. Then if you add all those things, which account will be debited? Trading account will be debited. Coming to 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs, 80,000. Okay, this is closing entry number 1. Then we are having sales and closing stock and sales returns. Okay, so next entry, what is that you write? Sales account data. How you are getting sales here? Sales given 11 lakhs minus sales returns. You can see sales returns is coming to 1 lakh. Return inwards is sales returns. No? Inward means sold item coming back. It is written inward. So sales will be 10 lakhs. Okay, here also purchases 672 minus 72. Sales account data. Closing stock account data. 2 lakhs. Okay. 2. Trading account. 3 lakhs. It is sales account 12 lakhs minus 1 lakh. 10 lakhs, sorry. It is coming to 12 lakhs. Now I am also writing the entry for purchase returns adjustment. What is the entry for purchase returns? Purchase returns will be debited. Purchase account will be created. No, am I right? So you can do one thing. Purchase account is showing debit balance. For closing the purchase account, you have written. If you want to write the entry for purchase return, the entry will be return Return outwards account data to purchases account. Am I right? You learned that entry, my dear friends. What is the entry for purchase returns? Purchase returns account data to purchases. What is the amount here? Tell me. In this case, 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh or 72. Return outwards 72. This is the entry for purchase returns. Fourth entry. What is entry for sales returns? Sales account data to return inward. Sales returns account data to return inward. It is how much? 1 lakh. Now here I am putting star mark. That means the sales which you have got is after adjusting which one? Sales returns. The purchases which you are having is after adjusting. Note I have given no which one? Purchase returns. So this is the entry. So return outwards is deducted from purchases. Sales also deduct. Return inward is also deducted from sales. Are you following, all of you? General proper. We write closing entries. What are closing entries? Whatever the items which we show on the debit side will be debited to trading account. Whatever the items which we show on the credit side will be credited. I think we also can write the entry for gross profit. What is the entry for gross profit? Trading account data are to profit and loss account if you are going to get gross profit. Okay, how to do this? You can see sales account, a trading account credit side is how much? 12 lakhs. Trading account credit side is 12 lakhs minus trading account debit side is how much? 7 lakhs 80,000. It means you are getting a gross profit of 4 lakhs 20,000. So the entry will be trading account data to profit and loss account 4 lakhs 20,000. Very rarely they will be asking you the entries. I think you will understand this when I take out the problem here. Trading account. Messrs. ABC Traders Limited. Trading account for the year ended 31st March 17. To opening stock. I'm also writing inner column for writing this. You know the format of it. To opening stock 1 lakh. To purchases, inner column I'm writing 6 lakhs 72,000 minus purchase returns is coming to 6 lakhs. Okay, then we can take carriage inwards. What is carriage inwards? 30,000. Then to wages 50,000. Okay, then come back to credit side. By sales inner column 11 lakhs minus sales returns. What is sales return? 1 lakh. 10 lakhs you are showing in the outer column. Then by closing stock, what is your closing stock? Tell me. given 2 lakhs. Now you can see the answer. Twelve lakhs, and you are writing 2 gross profit carried. Already we got 4 lakhs 20,000 now. Through entry you can cross check. 420 plus 80, 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs plus 6, 11 plus 1, 12 lakhs. Now you see the entries here. Trading account at R, to opening inventory 1 lakh, to purchases I told you 6 lakhs, got it. To carrying inwards 30, you can see. To wages how much? 50,000. Come back to sales. Credit side. Credit side, sales account has been created with 10 lakhs, closing stock 2 lakhs. See the entry. Sales account at R, closing stock account at R to trading account. And I told you return outwards will be deducted from purchases. Sales will be return inward will be deducted from sales. Return outward will be deducted from purchases. That is why here we have written there less purchase returns, less sales returns. But since he is asking that to write the journal proper also, we have to give the journal entries. Otherwise, you won't be able to score marks. Whenever he is asking you to write journal entries is a must. Okay, then trading account data out to P&L account. Last class we have learned the entries for the transfer of gross profit. Is this clear? Okay, if you want to copy down, you can pass this and you can just copy note down. Or shall I leave it for a while? Make it fast to copy down this. Okay, you can see this problem. Trading account for the year ended 31st March 2017. I think you can do this. Huh? Okay, then we'll move on to the second problem. Let me erase this. Okay, just a minute, my dear friends. Okay, just I'm erasing it. Don't think they am sitting idle. It's not a pass. Okay, we'll move on to next. Second problem. Question number 2. Revenue expenses of and gross profit of Mrs. ABC Traders for the year ended 31st March 16 were as follows. Gross profit. I think he is asking you to go for profit and loss account of Mrs. ABC Traders for the year ended 31st March 16. Show necessary closing entries in the general profit of Mrs. ABC Traders Limited. Now he is asking about closing entries of now he is asking about the closing entries of profit and loss account. Gross profit where it goes, trading account credit side. Salaries where it goes, trading profit and loss account. Gross profit will go to P&L account credit side. Salaries will go to P&L account debit side. Discount credit where it goes, P&L account credit side. Discount debit, P&L account debit side. Bad debts, P&L account debit side. It is a loss, no bad debts. That debtors can be good, bad, doubtful. Bad means written off. Amount irrecoverable is called as bad debts. Depreciation will go to profit and loss account. Legal charges will go to profit and loss account. Consultancy fees will go to profit and loss account. Audit fees will go to profit and loss account debit side. Electricity charges P&L account. Telephone, postage and telegram P&L account. Stationery P&L account. Interest paid on loans P&L account debit side. Okay, so we start doing which account now today? We are working on the problem of profit and loss account. So again, you'll be writing like profit and loss account for the year ending 31st March 17. Okay, profit and loss account for the year ending 31st March 17. Let me draw the lines. Technical problem, just a minute, my dear friends. I'm trying to draw the lines. Just a minute, hold on please. There's some technical problem with this. I'm trying to sort out 1 minute. Okay, now Mrs. ABC Traders Limited. Okay, you know the format is, again you write like particulars here, amount in rupees, particulars, particulars, amount in rupees. Okay, if you are having any adjustment, we can have inner column. Okay, now let us see the problem. We start working out this. First, we begin with which one? Gross profit. Am I right? We start with gross profit. What is gross profit given here? 4,20,000. By gross profit brought down, it is 4,20,000. By gross profit brought down 4,20,000. Next item. You look at the problem. I think you are having the problem with you. I can't go back again and again. To salaries, you are having 1,10,000. Then look at discount. To discount, we are having debit and credit. Debit is 19,000. By discount, credit, it will be credited to which account? Profit and loss account. Discount credit 18,000. Then bad debts will be debited to profit and loss account. To bad debts, Profit and loss account. What is the amount we are having? Bad debts is 17,000. 2. Depreciation. $65,000. Depreciation 65,000. Then to legal charges 25,000. To consultancy fee to consultancy fee 32,000. Then to audit fee 1,000. To audit fee 1,000. Then to electricity charges. To electricity charges. What is the amount of electricity charges? 17,000. To electricity charges 17,000. To telephone and postage. To telephone and postage 12,000. Okay. To stationery 25,000. Sorry, 27,000. To stationery 27,000. To interest paid on loan 70,000. To interest paid on loan 70,000. Okay, that's it. So we are having two items on the credit side. If credit side is showing more, it will be a gross profit. Okay, I think that calculation part you can do it. If you look at the trade P&L account credit side, you are having 4,38,000. $4,38,000. Then from this we shall deduct 4,38,000 minus 1,10,000 minus 19,000 minus 17,000 minus 65,000 minus 25,000 minus 32,000 minus 1,000 minus 17,000 minus 12,000. Then stationery 27,000 minus interest paid on loan 70,000. So you are getting a net profit of 43,000. This 43,000 is transferred to which account? Tell me. I am writing the entry to net profit carry down transfer to capital account. 43,000. Is this clear? I think now he is asking about we are having few technical issues. Sorry, I think there is. I'm been using for the first time, my dear friends. So maybe from last couple of days, I'm using this new to this technology. Okay, I want to give you a presentation of virtual classroom If you should feel that you as if you are in the classroom. Okay, sorry. Now we continue this. We got it back. So what is your net profit? 43,000. Now if you look at the entries part, see I am writing here general profit since that I need data for writing it. So what is that you write? Simple words. P&L account data to salaries. I'm not writing the entries. Amounts to discount to bad debts to depreciation to legal charges. These are called as journal entries. To consultancy fee, to audit fee, to electricity charges, to telephone charges, to interest pay, to stationery, to interest paid on loan. Simple words, these all are nominal accounts. No? All these nominal accounts will show which balance? Debit balance. By you are closing the nominal accounts by transferring to one more nominal account. Simple words, profit and loss account is a summary of nominal accounts. If somebody is going to ask you what is P&L account, you should say it's a summary of all nominal accounts. All nominal accounts are closed by transferring to P&L account. Then after transferring these salaries, etc., salaries, discount, etc., these accounts have been closed. That is what is being called as temporary accounts. All nominal accounts are closed by transferring to trading, profit and loss account. This is first entry you will be writing. The second entry you will be writing is here looking at gross trading account data, gross profit, discount account data to profit and loss account. This is second entry. Tell me one second. Trading account data, discount account data to P&L account. Third entry will be, you will be transferring the net profit. What is entry for transfer of net profit? P&L account data to capital account. This is called a general proper. I have not written the amounts. I think you'll understand. P&L account data, you debit P&L account, you credit all expenses. You credit gross profit, you close the gross profit. I mean, you debit gross profit by debiting which account? Trading account. Discount account is showing credit balance, so it should be debited. Discount account data to P&L account. Finally, P&L account credit, P&L account debit. If P&L account credit is showing more and P&L account debit is showing less, it is a net profit. Net profit is transferred to which account? Profit and loss account. Okay, generally, when you are coming from your intermediate background, I think, if I am not wrong, I think you won't be learning the closing entries. Closing entry is nothing but generally whenever you open ledger account, you will be writing journal entries. No? So trading account, P&L account is also ledger account. So how the ledger account is being opened? By transferring all nominal accounts to trading, P&L account. Previous problem was about writing the general proper for closing entries of trading account. This problem is about asking you to open P&L account as well as asking you to go for even which one? Tell me. General entries and profit and loss account. Okay, I think you can copy down. You can you can press the pass button, and this can be copied down later on also. Okay, so this you can practice also. No need to copy down. This problem is there, I think, in the study material. If you want, you can cross check. So net profit carry down is how much? 43,000. Okay, is this clear? So let me erase this. Okay, now we'll see the third problem. Let me enlarge this. Okay, third problem. From the following is a trial balance of C1 shoe on 31st December 2007. So capital account has been given. In fact, is asking prepare closing entries for the above items and prepare trading and P&L account. So already you have seen the last two problems closing entries. This you can practice. We only work out the trading comma profit and loss account. So capital account will go to where? Balance sheet. This will go to balance sheet. Inventory account, this is trial balance has been given. When closing inventory is given, this is nothing but opening inventory. Opening inventory will be taken to where? Trading account, debit side. Cash in hand will go to balance sheet, asset. Machinery account will go to balance sheet. We, of course, you don't know, we haven't discussed, but these all are called as assets. Purchase account will go to trading account, debit side. Wages account will go to trading account, debit side. Salaries will be taken to P&L account, debit side. Discount allowed, profit and loss account, debit side. Discount received, profit and loss account, credit side. Sundry office expenses, P&L account, debit side. Sales account, trading account, credit side. Sum owing by customers, trade receivable, will go to balance sheet. Trade payable will go to balance sheet. That's it. Closing stock will go to, for the time being, it is given adjustment will go to trading account credit side. You also please remember this also will be taken to balance sheet. When we go for adjustment, we'll discuss. Okay, so we are writing the combined entry now, which Mr. What is the name of the proprietor? Mr. C. Wanshu. Mr. C. Wanshu. When you are writing the heading, we can write trading, comma, profit and loss account, for the year ending 31st March 2017. For the year ending 31st March 2017. Okay. Now, so we have to go for the debit side items. You have written the combined item. If there is an adjustment, we can have inner column, otherwise it is not required. You know that here we write particulars, amount in rupees, particulars and amount in rupees. Okay. Now, let us see one by one item. So, first item. So, we start with opening inventory. Inventory is nothing but stock. Opening inventory we are having 2 lakh rupees. Then we are having purchases. In this problem we don't have any purchase returns. So directly we can write to purchases. Purchases will be debited to trading account. What is the amount of purchases? Tell me. 18 lakhs 20,000. Then we have to go for wages account. Wages account is 10 lakhs. Wages account is 10 lakhs. And then salaries, discount allowed, discount received, sundry office expenses will go to where? Profit and loss account. Come back to credit side. By sales, we are having sales amount of 50 lakhs. Then we are having closing stock. What is your closing stock? Tell me. 2 lakhs 70,000. So first you can close this 52 lakhs 70,000. Then you will be getting gross profit carried on. What is gross profit carried on? Tell me. 52 lakhs 70,000 minus 2 lakhs minus 18 lakhs 20,000 minus 10 lakhs is equal to 31 lakhs 50,000 is your gross profit. Then you write by gross profit brought down, because we are at the heading common heading trading comma P&L account. Again showing trading account, again writing the heading is a time consuming. By gross profit brought down 31 lakhs 50,000. Now let us look at the problem. We are having salaries. Salaries will be taken to where? P&L account, debit side. To salaries account is coming to 10 lakhs. Salaries account 10 lakhs. To discount allowed is 50,000. To discount allowed is 50,000. Then discount received is 30,000. Will be taken to which account? Profit and loss account, credit side. To sundry office expenses. To sundry office expenses 6 lakhs. To sundry office expenses 6 lakhs. Okay, that's it. This is what the information we are having. Salaries, discount allowed, discount received, sundry office expenses. Okay. Now I think you can see 31 lakh 50,000 plus 31 lakhs 80,000. Now 31 lakhs 80,000. 31 lakhs 80,000 minus 16 lakhs 50,000. The total 16 lakhs 50,000 is coming to net profit is 15 lakhs 30,000. You can check the calculation, my dear friends. Any casting mistakes are there. So this is your net profit. So today we have seen preparation of trading comma P&L account. These can be expected as a short question. Generally from final accounts you will be getting essay question. It can be 15 marks question. But sometimes as a chance of getting small question, if a question comes from not not for profit making organization. Is this clear? So this is the combined problem. I think these three are basic level problems without adjustment. Only we got one adjustment is about closing stock. I think you can do this problem. Then this problem I want to give you as a homework to you. From the following information, prepare P&L account. Gross profit, where it goes? Trading account, credit side. Discount received. Profit and loss account, credit side. Interest on loan paid. PD means profit and loss account, debit side. Commission received. Profit and loss account, credit side. Rent rates, taxes paid. Profit and loss account, debit side. Fire insurance premium. Profit and loss account, debit side. Freight outward. Profit and loss account, debit side. Printing and stationery. Profit and loss account, debit side. Entertainment expenses. Profit and loss account, debit side. Postage and telegram. Profit and loss account, debit side. Sales promotion. Profit and loss account, debit side. Bad debts. Profit and loss account, debit side. Audit fees. Profit and loss account, debit side. Depreciation on furniture. Sales, office furniture. Okay, profit and loss account, debit side. Administrative office. This is in sales department. They are using furniture. Administration clerks, etc. There they are having furniture. Depreciation on that. Profit and loss account, debit side. Miscellaneous income. Profit and loss account, credit side. Profit on sale of fixed assets. Profit and loss account, credit side. Loss by fire. Profit and loss account, debit side. Loss by embezzlement, theft or misappropriation, misuse. Profit and loss account, debit side. Salaries and wages. Profit and loss account, debit side. Discount allowed. Profit and loss account, debit side. Interest received. Profit and loss account, credit side. Commission to salesmen. Profit and loss account, debit side. Rent received. Profit and loss account, credit side. Carriage outward. Profit and loss account, credit side. Repairs and maintenance. Profit and loss account, debit side. Traveling expenses. Profit and loss account, debit side. Water and electricity. Profit and loss account, debit side. Advertising and publicity. Profit and loss account, debit side. Telephone expenses. Profit and loss account, debit side. Packing expenses. Profit and loss account, debit side. Bank charges. Profit and loss account, debit side. Legal charges. Profit and loss account, debit side. Miscellaneous expenses. Profit and loss account, debit side. Loss on sale of fixed assets. Loss on profit and loss account, debit side. Loss by theft. Profit and loss account, debit side. Dividend received on shares is income. Profit and loss account, credit side. Income from investment. Profit and loss account, credit side. Can you try this problem tomorrow? Tomorrow I will give you the answer for this. You can cross check. So let me tell you clearly. From tomorrow onwards, tomorrow we go for balance sheet. After looking at this, one or two problems we discuss on balance sheet. Then after that, we will be going for adjustment. Adjustment, 1.5 or 2 hours class is needed for explaining the adjustment. Then we will be into final accounts problem. Then after that, we go for manufacturing entity. We got some small technical issues, my dear friends. I try to rectify it. From last couple of days, I have been using the iPad for writing on the screen. So I think a bit of we are new to it, but I am trying to adjust myself. So I hope only thing is that whether I am able to communicate you properly or not is the key. I hope I am communicating it right. I think after 1 or 2 classes we will be adjusted to it. I think most of you are from commerce background. This is a crash batch, short-term batch. I think you all are familiar with the format. Just say recapitulation of what you have learned. Okay, today I have started the discussion with clarifying the doubt of some of the students are having the doubt. I think cost of goods sold, that the doubt has been clarified. When closing stock will be taken to trading account, when closing stock is not taken to trading account. The second important point is we have learned the format of trading P&L account by doing 3 problems, and 1 problem I have given as a homework to you. And the next important thing is that we have learned today general proper. General proper is nothing but it's a trading account. P&L account is like a ledger. What are the accounts we transfer to trading account, P&L account will be written in the form of journal entry. Say for example here, gross profit is there. If I am asking to write journal entry, what is journal entry you write? Gross profit will be taken to P&L account, credit side, no? So this is P&L account. Profit and loss account, credit side, sorry. Profit and loss account, credit side, sorry. The profit and loss account, credit side, what is the entry for this, tell me? Trading account data to P&L account. In P&L account, it will go to profit and loss account, credit side. Okay, then all these items, P&L account, this is all discount received. No, what is entry? Discount received to P&L account, commission received to P&L account. PD means profit and loss account debit side is the abbreviation I am using for you to understand it. Discount interest on loan paid entry, profit and loss account data to interest on loan, profit and loss account data rent rates paid, profit and loss account to fire insurance premium. These all are called as journal entries, which will be showing in general proper. Okay, this is the homework, and then tomorrow's class we go for balance sheet. Okay, till then, thank you very much. God bless you all. Right.